Hi folks, it's God of Radio Moscow here again for you with another beer review. I have one that I'm quite excited to talk about to you today. This is the Iron Maiden Trooper beer that is brewed by Robinson's Brewery from Stockport in England. Now, this brewery was founded in 1838 by William Robinson when he purchased the Unicorn Inn. After 10 years of having been the landlord of it, he finally purchased it himself. And the company's symbol is obviously a unicorn. This year they're celebrating their 175th anniversary, and over the years this company has grown quite substantially, and they own 360 pubs, mainly in the northwest of England, but they also own about 30 in Wales as well. They've acquired several breweries over that time that the company's been in existence as well. One notable one is Hartley's, and they still produce their beer using an old tower style distillery. Now, their other popular products include one that's called Old Tom, which is an English strong ale, Hatters, which is described as an English mild dark ale, and the Chocolate Tom, which is simply the Old Tom but with chocolate added to it. Now, apparently, Bruce Dickinson, the singer of Iron Maiden, is a big fan of English ale, and he wanted to create a beer. He wanted to commission a beer for Iron Maiden, and there were several small breweries that were very interested in doing this for the band. But he said the reason they picked Robinson's Brewery was the fact that they seemed very, very keen for. They almost auditioned them basically and said how supportive are you, or how devoted are you to the idea of having a long-term connection with the brewery? And he said that that's what inspired him to choose Robinson's Brewery. And so the beer, this is the result after it was commissioned, and I think it just came out in May. So the beer is obviously, if you look at the bottle, you can see it has the standard Iron Maiden artwork, the Trooper, from their. Obviously, it's named after the song from the 1983 Peace of Mind album. On the back of the bottle, it tells you a little bit about the beer itself. It says Trooper is a premium British beer inspired by Iron Maiden and handcrafted at Robinson's Brewery. Being a real ale enthusiast, vocalist Bruce Dickinson has developed a beer which is true depth of character. Malt flavours and citric notes from a unique blend of Bobek, Goldings and Cascade hops dominate this deep golden ale with a subtle hint of lemon. And obviously, the Trooper song is based on the Crimean War and the Battle of Balaclava, and that's in 1854. And what happened there was 600 British cavalry kind of foolhardily charged the Russian artillery, albeit they went up very bravely, but apparently it was a misconstrued order from Lord Raglan, sorry, I'm saying the name wrong here. So the beer itself is a 4.7% English Golden Ale. Now, I'll just let you have a little look at the bottle cap as well. Let's get that here. You can see the unicorn symbol that is typical of Robinson's Brewery. So we'll just get this poured and we can have a little look at it. Get this out into the chalice. There we are. So as you can see, it's a very, very kind of ambery gold colour, as you like. There's a sort of fair amount of carbonation, maybe medium carbonation in my experience, but as you can see, there's a very nice white head to it. Let's give it a little smell. You can smell the sort of very fruity kind of yeasty smell to it. There's a slight bit of grassiness as well, and some sort of caramel malts a little bit, a small hint of caramel to it. Let's just have a little look at this. It's quite. You can taste the fruity yeast, and that seems to be the main taste of it. It's quite lightly malty, I would say. You can taste the caramel in it as well. To me, it tastes kind of quite watery, actually. There's a bit, in a way, it reminds me, there's a beer from Mexico called Modelo Negro, and while that has quite a nice background taste to it, there is that sort of watery element to it as well. but it's mainly, it has that sort of little fruity, yeasty taste to it, like I said, you can smell. And there's a very slight hint of caramel. It's actually very easy drinking because, like I say, it's kind of quite watery. There's not really a particularly strong flavour from any of the elements in it at all. The aftertaste is kind of a light to medium. I'd probably say a light bitter taste to it. The aftertaste isn't very strong either. I mean, I've read about Robinsons. This is the first beer I've had that they've ever brewed. This is the first beer I've had that's been brewed by them, and I've read about them that it's quite typical of their brewing style to not have particularly dominant flavours. Personally, I quite like that with a beer to have quite a stronger flavour. But this one, I would say, it's very easy drinking for that reason that it doesn't have a particularly dominant element to it. It's the fruity yeast. You can taste that. You can taste a little bit of caramel, but like I say, it's quite watery. Doesn't have a dominant flavour. It's nice enough to drink. In a way, with the Iron Maiden beer, I would have expected a more sort of stronger beer, but no, it's fairly nice, and it's easy to drink, which is obviously a good thing. But in terms of being something special, it's not really that. It's not my particular type of beer that I would favour. Like I say, I enjoy the stronger ones, but in a way, it's good because it's a novelty to try something that your favourite band have commissioned. Or one of your favourite bands have commissioned. So I'd say if you're an Iron Maiden fan, give it a little try. But like you say, if you're into your stronger beers or your ones that have got a bit more dominant flavour, this one isn't so. This one doesn't have a particularly strong flavour. So, but thanks again. Let me know in the comments and things like that about your own experiences and your own thoughts with the beer. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoy the videos, I have a few already up just now, so have a watch through them if you're interested. Thanks again for watching, and I shall have another beer review up for you soon. Cheers.